Can you just break down what exactly design thinking is?
It is not a new subject. We have been.
Explain this thing with a product or
So there are several products which we have designed it. For example,
sessions are being planned, whether it is theoretical or practical.
this trimester has around 12 sessions.
Can you share me any idea which would have popped up out of the whole process from any EDI student?
I really found that sports tech was very good.
What inspired you to, in India, teach them? What difference do you see in the mindset of the startup founders?
India has more opportunity if you really have aspiration to grow.
What difference do you see among the founders, India vis-a-vis US?
Or something can make people lazy and lethargic.
Design thinking is mainly for the big corporates and companies, and they only can afford it.
Starting entrepreneur who has no money, but if I have a mindset of design thinking.
One, thanks for your time. It was amazing. Welcome back to the EDI podcast season 3, and this is your host Vishal Modi. Friends, today we have the powerhouse of creativity, thinking and innovation. We have Rohan Shah with us. He is a visiting faculty at EDII with an experience of 15 years into design thinking and future thinking. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for coming up and taking our invitation. We are really glad that you are here. And I was waiting since long to invite someone who has inputs related to future thinking and design thinking.
Sure.
I would like to know, can you just break down what exactly design thinking is and why it is important for an entrepreneur?
Sure. So design thinking has been there for a while. It is not a new subject. We have been designing since almost more than a century.
Okay.
But it has just evolved over the period of time and started getting applied into different field.
Okay.
Design is we'll break it into two, right? We'll put the thinking aside, for example, and just focus on the word design. Design is nothing but a mindset. Design is a process.
Okay.
Is not an outcome. Design, yes, creativity and everything skills is required, but design is it's the mindset of having an open mind to understand from the people's perspective what people are looking for, what are the challenges of the people, and build it something that helps them, that elevates them, and that solves their challenges or a problem. Right? So when you go through that journey of understanding the human challenges, solving that human challenges with a creative way of thought processes, and then iterating it to ensure that product gets better for the people whom you are designing for or whom you are solving the problem for. That logically the process of design. The moment you have a mindset of design, right, and then this whole process of design is being evolved over the period of time, which has been applied into businesses, the processes to design products. That evolution happened, and it's the term has evolved called a design thinking.
Right.
And why it is so important, because now think about majority of the entrepreneurs makes the biggest mistake of coming up with an idea that I have an idea, and the idea whose problem it is solving, it's probably their problem they are solving.
Of course.
They might have faced the problem. Yes, it may be a good start, but that it's their ideas. They think that it will work better and they start with it. They really do not deep dive into the customers, because they are probably not selling to themselves. They are selling to the other people. So understanding their customers' perspective, that's a big chunk of the entrepreneurial process. Not a big chunk of, I would rather say the most important part of entrepreneurship they miss out.
Yes.
So that is why I think design thinking plays an extremely important role. So designing plays a very important role, and that's the design thinking for me.
Okay. So the thought process which goes behind all this designing is called design thinking.
Correct.
I'm glad that this subject has been introduced for the entrepreneurs as well, because I believe it was there into engineering and design schools.
Yeah.
And I'm the 7th batch alumna of EDII, and at that time it wasn't taught.
Wonderful.
Glad to know this. So, can you explain this thing with a product or maybe a real life example?
Uh, Sure. So there are several products which we have designed it. For example, I've been working in a healthcare sector a lot. I've been working in a product sector, in a telecom sector, and one of the healthcare sector that we have come up with a simple idea of we want to design a tool for the doctors.
Okay.
Okay, and then we have a real we and that whole product was basically based on our experience. The company I was consulting for, that's the experience. They come up with an idea that this is the product, and then we realized, and then we started that have we talked to doctors about
Okay.
that product?
Okay.
Have we understand that product and this? And then when we actually talk to doctors, it's not about the products. Very simple example. So we wanted to simply create a tools to cater to doctors, which them help them capture the data for their patients. Very
Okay.
simple tool, very commoditized tool, nothing fancy about it, nothing innovative about it. Okay. However, it was technology people create the tools based on their expertise and skills, which they think it is
It is important.
Okay, so they started creating a web applications and everything,
Okay.
and pushing doctors that okay, now you need a computer or a laptop to do this. We have talked to doctors, and there's one simple thing says, and then I realized that these softwares are not being utilized by doctors, and there are multiple softwares. When I say multiple softwares, I'm not talking about 10, 15 softwares. There are probably more than 100 softwares
Okay.
available in India
Okay.
to further the doctors, but none of them have seen that success which they have hoped for. And the simple question, so I said, okay, let's talk to doctors. Why they don't use it, right? And very simple things they said, Rohan, we want to see the doctors for having a computer or a laptop. It does not work for us because it's not convenient.
Okay.
If you can able to convert into an app, which we can do it through the mobile or something on a tablet, which is simple and fast, then it might work.
Okay.
But you are expecting me to put a laptop or a computer on my desk, then sorry, I don't have space. I don't have that
Convenience.
convenience,
Yes.
and the usability is not working for me.
Okay.
Okay, even majority of the clinics, if you look at it, the receptions are very small.
True.
And you are expecting on the receptions to put a computer or a laptop. It's like, no, we don't have space, right? So now all you have to do is just go and ask doctor that what do you want,
Right.
and we never asked it. So
Mm.
this is a very simple example, very basic example, but this is how it changed the perspective.
Okay.
Give you another example. One of my student at EDI only, he is into tea business. He has created a herbal black tea, which is a fine formulation that he have created with multiple herbs and everything. And he
Okay.
said that for me to start with the market is in Western market, Western developed countries. I want to start with European
Right.
markets and the Middle Eastern market, where there is a huge crowd, because Indian market is not still equipped with the herbal tea, because still we are a masala chai people,
True.
right? We want doodh wali masala
Dudh wali
chai,
Yes.
adrak wali,
Yes.
right? So he said probably it is not, because my tea is supposed to be drink like a black tea.
Right.
So the market is more in a developed countries and not India. So I want to go there. Fair enough. And he has created this whole tea, the loose tea packs, right?
Okay.
Which we just like we have it in India. He simply said that. So I said, why do you have a loose tea?
Hmm.
I said that's where, because it's number one, it's an affordable.
Hmm.
Number two, it's easy for me to package and ship it everything. And I said, do you think that the people in developed countries will have a time to make a tea from a loose tea of a pack?
Right.
Right? Understand how their daily habit is, because you are coming up with the product which is probably you are expecting them to incorporate into their daily
Daily life.
habits and daily life.
Yes.
Okay, so if one time weekends, if I'm free and I want to try something, yes, I might do it. But if your expectation is that your tea should be part of my daily life and I should be expecting this, then in developed country, people don't have time.
True.
People live in a very fast-paced life. They are
Yes.
not habituated to have the old utensil, put a hot water, putting a tea, making a tea, and then draining it in a cup and everything. It's not going to work. They might do it one time, two time, but eventually they will put it aside. You
Yes.
need to find a way to speed up, to not to disturb their routine, but it should enhance their routine,
Right.
uplift their routine, right? By giving a good healthy tea, herbal tea. So simply, and then he said, I said, I don't want an idea. I knew that probably tea bags is the way to go here, but says I still wanted to talk about them and just wanted to do research.
Okay.
So he went to the country, different countries. He talked to different people, and then realized that only less than 5% of the people who logically work from home, they said that we might make a tea from the loose tea, but otherwise this is something that we might use on a daily basis. He said, sir, we have to come up with the tea bags because loose tea is not going to work. So understand, simple, that talking to people can help transform your product, because you need to understand what people wanted.
Yeah.
What is your product? Is your product as a day-to-day product, one-time use product? Are you looking to transform their life? Are you expecting to transform their daily habits? Or it's just simply uplifting their convenience or a usability, or what is the purpose and how it is affecting the human? That is also plays a very important role, how you design the product.
Great. And small changes into a product can
it's exponential growth. Yes. Now imagine this, that's a simple tea example. The people, if he could have gone with the loose tea, okay, maybe he could not able to even capture a very small market, but with the convenience, he has a potential to capture even a larger market.
True.
Because tea bags is very convenient. So, but he did not choose the tea bag options just because of his own convenience and his own affordability.
Yes.
So the decision of going with the loose tea was not a researched backed decision for the product, but the own convenience and own affordability. Yeah. So, now, is the own affordability? It's a oxymoron statement that should I focus on my convenience because that's more affordable? Because finance is also a challenge for the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And or should I focus on this? So this is it's that those are the tough decisions as an entrepreneur you really need to focus on.
And how does the program look like in EDI for the 10, which is for 2 years? Like how many sessions are being planned, whether it is theoretical or practical, if you can put some light on it.
Yeah. So I've been teaching into EDI since this is the 4th batch I'm teaching at EDI. This program is designed or it's called an experiential learning.
Okay.
And it is very specifically designed to walk the students through the theoretical aspect of it, but it also wanted them to go through the practical aspects of it, of building an organization. Like so the whole program is divided. It's a program for the first year students. Its program is designed for a whole year, divided into 3 trimesters. And each trimester has around 12 sessions, which are the 10 sessions are the learning sessions and 2 sessions are final presentations and so forth. And let's say first trimester is designed on opportunity sensing. So it helps students to identify or to learn how to identify the right opportunities. Because majority of the students, they come to me, sir, ek solid idea chahiye. And solid idea does not come in come like a movie that you are taking a shower and suddenly like boom, idea pops up. It doesn't come that way, right? You need to put a conscious effort. You need to put a hard work. You need to do some good research. You need to talk to people to understand the problem. And yes, you will come across a lot of problems, but also you need to filter out that is this problem solvable? Well, again, problem can be solvable, but is this problem solvable with the scalable business?
True.
Can I make money out of it?
Hmm.
Because there are a lot of problems that you can solve, but may not make you money, may not help you scale your business.
Certainly. Yeah.
So it is how to filter those problems, that yes, these are the problems, this has a potential to solve the human problems, yet making big as a scalable business, and people will pay for it. Because some of the problems that, yes, you know what, it solves my problem, but I
then
am not willing to
it's
pay
not
for it.
such a big problem that
It's
people
not,
are ready to pay for
people
it.
end up
Yes.
paying for
Yeah.
it. So paying for it. So there are multiple filtration
Okay.
of identifying the right opportunity, that yes, this is the business I want to do it. This
Okay.
is the problem I want to solve it.
Okay.
Right. So I walked them through in the first trimester of identifying the right opportunity. End of the first trimester, objective is very simple. They have to present the problem,
Okay.
backed by research. And this research is, they have to go in a field, talk to people. For example, if they come up with a problem in the agriculture for farmers, let's say if their target audience is they want to do something for farmers, I expect them to go visit villages, visit farms, talk to farmers, and it's like, don't come back to me before you have talked to at least 25 to 30 farmers.
Okay.
And different farmers from all segment. The farmer which has a small setup, and the who is using still a basic equipments, doing the basic farming, and the farmer which are more commercial, who have the latest equipments and technology. So all set of farmers I want you to interview, because probably you might have a very different insights from the different stages of farmers. So this is again, so I work. This is where the practicality of the opportunity sensing comes, right? So any ideas they come up with, right? I give them. So they have a freedom to choose their own problem.
Okay.
They have to come up with the problem, but all the problem has to backed by the human centric research. Not a chat GPT challenge.
So it should be validated.
It should be validated problem, yes. Right? They have to present it, that how they have to present not only the problem, but the research, what research they have done it, how they have come up with that insight that this is the problem, and why do they think that this problem has a potential to make a good scalable business. So that's your trimester 1. Trimester 2 is all about solving that problem, coming up with the product, doing a prototyping, and doing a product market fit. So all the problem they have identified into trimester 1. Now in the trimester 2, I walk them through the different way of designing the product, doing brainstorming, different ways and techniques of ideating, different ways and techniques of prototyping and validating, and iterating the solutions to make it better. Because even if you have solved the problem first time, you are not going to get right. You will make mistakes. Yes. You will have a lot of assumptions into the solutions, where you will think that the solution which I have will solve my customer's problem, but it's never going to be the case, right? Yeah. So they go through the ideations processes, they come up with the solution, they build a prototyping. Once this prototyping is done, they go to the market, talk to the same customer they have talked to during the problem phase, show them the solutions, take their feedback, understand whether their solution genuinely solves their problem also. Two things happen there. Either they get clarification on the problem, because sometimes it happens that they have understood the problem wrong.
True.
Customer will say that this is not what I'm looking for. This is a wrong solution. Yeah. Or they might say that, yes, it solves my problem. However, if you can add this, if this is something can be added, it would have been much better, and so on and so forth, right? Nice. So it basically I want students to go through that iterations. Okay. I want them to go through that rigorous iterations to
refine their product,
define and finalize their product. Yes. Sometimes it happens that they might have to pivot from their original solution, that they realize that this solution is not going to work, or this solution is not solving. In fact, I was looking into wrong directions. I have to look at into this directions. True. They might have to narrow down. They might have to broaden their solutioning. So there are multiple directions they go to, but at the end of the trimester 2, I expect them to come up with the validated solution which has a product market fit, which in a startup term we call it a PMF. So they build an MVP, which is a minimum viable product. They go to the market, get it validated, and
Okay.
have the solution. So that's your trimester 2. And the final trimester, now in the final trimester, the moment they enter, they have a product, they have a solution which is validated. Now in the final trimester, I expect them to convert that into a scalable business model.
Okay.
So they convert into a business, they convert into go-to-market strategy, they create a business model, they create their revenue streams, how they're going to make the revenue, how they calculate the cost, what is their costing. So costing, pricing, the revenue models, the customer channels, how they go-to-market strategy, and everything they built. They create a final pitch, how they pitch their idea if they ever want to go for a funding, and if they had to pitch to the investors, what is the pitch look like, and they have a demo pitch day where they pitch their ideas every cycle. So, and that's their trimester and a final trimester.
Nice.
So the whole idea, again, just to iterate it or summarize, this whole idea is to, of course, they will undergo the theoretical subjects which is relevant for the entrepreneurship, but they also need a practical, that what it looks like to build businesses, what are the practical challenges to build a businesses. So I walk them through those whole practical challenges through experiential learning. So that's your trimester 1 subject, which I walk the students through.
Excellent amalgamation of all the processes that an entrepreneur should go through. Rohan, can you share me any idea which would have popped up out of the whole process from any EDI student, if something comes up in your mind?
Yes, there are a couple of ideas come. So I got
which were really amazing, like you were blown. Oh.
So there are a couple of ideas I got. I got really fascinated into sports tech area. I've really found that sports tech was a very good area to look into it, because so how to, because that's a genuine challenge.
Yes.
We try to promote sports in a way, but in a very strong way in India. We have a lot of resources and facilities are coming up. Okay, but it's still in a lot of pieces.
Yes.
It's still fragmented.
Yes.
Okay, if there is a structured way to promote sports into the last mile of the country, it's very good. Like, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. I know last Olympics, when Neeraj won the gold medal for the javelin throw, okay, and the whole country was talking about javelin, about and Neeraj, right? But if I would want to ask you that, if you want to learn javelin, where would you go and learn? Do you have an answer?
We don't have knowledge about it.
I don't know. I was like,
we are not aware about it.
I'm in the field, I'm in the businesses, but I am not aware about javelin. Even in my city, where can I go and learn javelin? I don't know. So, and I got to know about this sports being in an Olympics when Neeraj won the gold medal.
Yes.
Yeah. So now think about this, some of these areas where we can do so much better. And then another area I found it was into sustainability, ESG area, that I found it that it's a very important. So one of the students was asked me, sir, very simple question he asked me, sir, everybody talks about sustainability. How are we measuring? What is the quantitative way of measuring sustainability?
Okay.
Can we have anything because every organizations, every business is talking about sustainability. And then I started doing the research, and then I realized that there are a lot of frameworks, but actually calculating and measuring sustainability is a very simple thing. But I think that played a very important role. And yeah, so there's a lot of fantastic ideas students come up with, especially in the fintech areas, consumer, agriculture. So today's generation is fantastic. They have so much idea to work on. They just need the right mentoring right grooming, and they have and they are lucky generations to have such an amazing resources available to them, right? So they can really take a good advantage of that. For sure.
Rohan, you have done your masters from US, I believe, University of Southern California, and spent good time in US. You have come here. What inspired you to in India teach them. And what difference do you see in the mindset of the startup founders, entrepreneurs here and there?
Yeah. Okay, so what first? First, what inspired me? I personally believe that US is a matured country.
Right?
Okay, so you grow when the country grows.
Excellent.
On the same side, India is a fast growing country. So the opportunity to grow and fast growth is tremendous. So I personally believe that India has more opportunity if you really have aspiration to
Okay.
grow exponentially. If you want a comfortable, luxurious, peaceful life, US is good.
Okay.
Okay, but my life in US, I spent 10 years there. My life in US, I'll be very honest, my every single day of my 10 years is copy pasted.
Okay.
Every day is exactly the same. I do exactly the same thing. Okay, I used to make good money, but at the end of the day, I used to do the same thing and it was too boring.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that my growth is linear.
Okay.
Of course, it was good growth, but it's a linear growth. And I don't want to settle for a linear growth. I think I believe that I have a lot of energy and this is the age I can do whatever I could do. And so I don't want to live that peaceful life at this age. Peaceful life can come later in my life but this is the time of hustle where you have an energy and energy has to channelize into the right direction.
True.
Not in the direction of a peace right now. So that's what I believe. So that's where I thought of coming to India. That and India being it's my country at the end of the day, I have a lot of freedom. My country gives a lot of freedom to do what I want to do, what I want to experiment.
Yeah.
Here, right? So and it's and at the end of the day, if I'm doing something, I'm also contributing to my own country.
True.
Which I'm doing, and I want to be a part of the success journey of the country. Look at the India, the world is talking about our country, and yes, I want to be in that seat of the success journey of India.
Like the wave as well.
And want to ride that this wave, yeah. And I don't want to see from US that India is doing good. No, I want to be part of that. So that's inspired me. And sorry, what was the second question?
Next question is, what difference do you see among the founders, India vis-a-vis US?
Yeah. So okay, I'll be very honest here. I see that the innovation mindset is less here.
Okay.
Okay, we are looking for our ideas comes on a very consumer and short term, consumer centric, but very short term ideas like a quick commerce and something can make you quick money or something can make people lazy and lethargic. Not a true innovation. Okay, we look for a lot of simple app based idea कि ये ऐप बना लूँ, वो ऐप बना लूँ, ये कर लूँ, ये इधर से ऐसे क्विक कॉमर्स कर लूँ, 10 मिनट में पहुंचा दूँ, ये पहुंचा दूँ, all kind of this more consumer tech ideas, quick commerce ideas, e-commerce ideas, but very less true innovation where true solving the problem. Okay, very so this is where and but the good side is that the country is now promoting. Our startup ecosystem is so amazing today that all the incubation centers, all the policies of government to promote startup is now promoting innovation. That people who have an idea of innovation, government has a strong support to do that. But it is that we our youth needs to understand that they have an opportunity. Money is no longer a challenge.
True.
Okay, all you require is the idea. All you require is to look at the problem with the right lens, and government is there to support. Right. So that is where we should focus on. Those true innovative ideas, I don't see a lot.
Okay.
I've been probably listening to pitches around 20-25 pitches a month, or maybe a little more than that.
Okay.
I genuinely see one or two good ideas, that it has genuinely innovative ideas. The rest everything is something that I've heard several times. Okay. They might have a different flavor to it. They might have a different approach to do this.
Yes.
But again, they are solving a problem which is, I don't see a problem at all. yeah,
that needs to be.
and they think that any consumer centric product, if they do a good marketing through Instagram, they will make money, and all the focus is to make money.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the irony I look at it. But I think we should focus more on the true innovation, true innovative ideas. So that's
Fine. There's a myth among the people, entrepreneurs, that design thinking is mainly for the big corporates and companies, and they only can afford it. Would you like to burst the myth?
No. It's a wrong myth at all. And to be honest with you, I have never come across that myth that people believe that it's for the large organization. Design thinking, as I said, design thinking is a mindset.
Right.
Design is a mindset. Okay, as an entrepreneur, starting entrepreneur who has no money, but if I have a mindset of design thinking, right, or I really believe that all I need to do is go and talk to people, wear the hat of empathy, and start understanding human problems and then solving it.
And it could be
Right.
done at any level.
Yeah,
You
so
don't need a team
you don't need
to
a
do
team.
it.
You
Yeah.
can- team helps, because
Right.
of teams definitely helps. You need to build a team eventually. But why? Because you get a different diversified perspective.
Okay.
Every human being is sometimes uh, we are restricted with our own biases. Okay, we have a thought process in a one single direction.
True.
Okay, I need someone. Okay, no matter how good I could be with the design thinking, tomorrow when you come, let's say we started working together part as a same team, you might ask one simple question, which I believe that, you know what, Vishal, I haven't thought about it. This is
Yes.
fantastic. You helped me simply reroute my thought process. You just change my directions, because I've been tuned to think in a certain
Yes.
direction.
So different perspectives. would come in.
Perspectives is
would
really
come in.
important. So design thinking for sure helps, but as I said, it has nothing to do with the money.
Okay.
It's a mindset. As long as you have a mindset that I genuinely want to solve people's problem, that means you have taken a most important step of a design thing.
Okay, Rohan, you were just you told me about that you are involved into policy making of AI
Yes.
with the government bodies across the globe. So, can you put some light over it?
Sure. So I have been involved into the policy making, especially in the AI policy making, since last few years.
Okay.
And policy making is one of my latest love. I really got involved and intrigued towards how the policy is made. So I believe that the policies is, again, think about this. Let me put it in a very simple manner. Policy is why there is a policy. If there are certain challenges, there are problems, you want to restrict those problems, you have certain policy to make the things streamlined, to
Right.
avoid the challenges. But at the end of the day, policy should not restrict people
Yes.
to do what they want. Policy should be uplift people,
Yes. Should empower.
empower people, not to restrict
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Okay, and now think about the design thinking policies, design thinking framework. Design thinking is to understand human challenges and try to find a solution to uplift human problems.
True.
So can we use design thinking in a policy making?
Right.
How can we really solve the human problem with the policy? So for that, first we need to understand the human problems and design the policies using the human-centric mindset to design. So I personally believe that design thinking and a human-centric mindset could be a fantastic tool to be used in a public sector, especially in the policy making.
Right.
And I've been working with the government across the globe, especially in the AI policy making, because AI is not no longer a regional affair. It's a global affair, or not even a national affair. AI is affecting people globally.
Yes.
Right. What ChatGPT does, it affects us also here.
True,
the way it also changes the way we live our day-to-day life, or way we experience our day-to-day working. So it is extremely important that the AI policies should be regulated, and there should be a global regulations around it. And there is a responsible way of using AI. So there has to be a responsible AI framework for all the companies all the AI companies who are working in the sector, in the field of AI.
Okay.
So how they can use the AI more responsibly.
Right.
So what are those regulations? What could potentially go wrong?
Okay.
Right. So all these research we do it. We work with the countries to help them, and we try to. Our focus is that if we can able to collect the use cases of every country, and if we can able to drive the global AI policies,
Right.
okay, that could really uplift the human life. So that's where I'm focused
And
on.
which country is the forerunner?
Of course, US is
Okay.
the forerunner. It is in the jointly they are doing it with the, of course, United Nations. Okay. And there is also organization called an Atlantic Council, which I work with to design the. So I use, as I said, I use the design thinking framework for an AI policy making and how this design mindset. So we work with a lot of bureaucrats, policymakers, academicians who are doing a research, and we give them the framework. We facilitate those frameworks with them. We work with them and try to design those policy regulations.
Right.
And yeah, it's a long journey, but it has to start. So.
Excellent. Rohan, I would like to talk about this parents' dilemma.
Yeah.
They are always worried and concerned about their children's future. They are in dual mind whether to take a conventional MBA or now management into entrepreneurship. Should they opt for a startup as a career?
Yeah.
With the design thinking and future thinking perspective, validating a founder validating his ideas, how would you assure a parent that maybe calm down their horses and reassure about this path?
I have a very different take on this. Okay, so again, I see, of course, parents are worried for us. So let's put a design thinking.
They see a lot of failures also into startup
So
domain.
I'll put a design thinking aside for at the time.
Okay.
I'll talk about the parenting, right? So we know that without taking a risk, business does not go for the
True.
risk.
True.
You need to have a romance with the risk, right?
Yes,
There was a thing going on the internet that, okay, so without taking a risk, as if you want to become an entrepreneur, risk is inevitable. That we all agree upon.
Yes.
Okay, and parents are always, especially for their children, they're risk averse people.
True.
Because they love their children way too much.
Yes.
Yeah, and they don't want their children to suffer. They don't want children to go through the struggle.
They want to be protective,
shielding them, right?
Yes.
So they will always take a decisions for us, which is risk averse, not risk taking decisions. Okay, so I always say that, especially in your career journey, when you are entrepreneur journey, don't take your advice for the parents, because it will demotivate you.
Okay.
It will demotivate you. In fact, if you take an advice, do exactly opposite, because you know that this I don't want to do it because this is protecting me.
Yes.
And I have to come out of the protecting shell. I don't go and being a rebel,
True.
but in a subtle way, right? You understand the context. What I'm trying to tell you is that you have to be taking a risk, and especially with the kids, today's youth, early years, right? In the early 20s to till 30s, even in the early 30s, you still have a huge room to, even if you fail, you still have a room to come back.
True.
So take risk, take chances. Don't worry about failures, because there is nothing called failures. Either you succeed or you learn. It's all about that, and just explore things. Because if nothing, it will make you a good human. It will make you, make you grounded.
True.
That, because you have seen that side of things, right? You have seen those struggles. So take a chance, take a risk, explore things, experiment things, because to be honest with you, you have absolutely nothing to lose early days, right? It's just keep trying, right? So yeah.
Does would you say that design thinking process makes the idea failure proof?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't. It does not. Design thinking idea there is nothing in the world can make things proof.
Okay.
Okay, but it helps you take the good right directions. It helps you take a good directions. The probability of the success is a little better because you have talked to your end consumer.
Right.
You are eliminating a lot of assumptions at the early stage of your journey. Okay, so you are eliminating those assumptions with the design process. But success of the business is not only dependent on the value proposition. There are many factors depends on the success of the business. Your individual leadership skills, your management skills, your people skills, your marketing. There are so many things.
So many external factors which are not in your hand as well.
It's
Yes.
right that is affecting the success of the of your businesses. So it does not make it a proof, but as I said, it can really help you identify the right direction.
Okay.
The chances, it's if we talk about the probability, then your probability is a
Of
little
course.
higher.
Yes. True. I would like to know, because you are into so well connected with the industry, AI, future, how the transformation is going to take. What top 3 skills you think a student should have or develop?
Number one is of course the ability to imagine.
Okay.
Okay, that is, ability to imagine is very important. Second is problem solving,
Okay.
and third is communication.
Fine.
Those are the only 3 things. Now I'll little bit elaborate on this.
Yeah.
Why do you ability to imagine?
And also tell me, how do they develop it?
Yeah, it's ability to imagine is, think about every great products in the world. It's a product of imagination.
Right.
Somebody has imagined that the crazy,
Yes.
right? Who has and then they worked reverse that. So future, I always say, future cannot be predicted. Future needs to be imagined. Right? What does it mean? That I am not I'm not that the divine eye I have, that I can imagine or predict the future, that it's going to happen that way. That is something that we cannot do.
Right.
But if you have an ability to imagine, that it's not about what is going to happen in 2030. It's about, I want these things to happen in 2030, and then let me work reverse that how it can happen. Right? For example, just take an example of any Apple computer. Steve Jobs has imagined that this is how I want the products to be. Elon Musk, a guy with an absolute crazy imaginations, and then he works reverse.
Yes.
He if you look at the story of even Google, Facebook, Amazon, it was all that imagination, the bold and crazy imagination, and then they have worked towards that. So it is all about how crazy you can imagine that, right? So that is because, and you know what the best part is? If you have the bold imagination, you have all the resources available to make it happen. Okay. For example, simply AI can make your life very easy in order to execute these things.
True.
AI is not going to help you imagine things. It is your imagination.
Yes.
But AI can really help you convert your imagination into reality. But that imagination, you have to do it. So you have tool to make it reality. Only thing is, you need an ability to imagine.
True.
Right? That's one thing. Second is problem solving. Right? Right way to approach the problem, which is the design mindset, creative mindset. That because problems are going to come at every step of life. Just imagine this. Not only the business, even in our life. Have you ever faced a single moment where you said that, you know what, today is the day where I have no problems? It's never the case.
It's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
Yes.
The moment you solve one problem, the other problem is right at the door doing knock knock, that I'm here. Right?
Yes.
So problem is going to come. It's how you navigate those problems. Second, and one thing I forgot to mention, especially in the problem solving, is it's also an ability to keep calm into most chaotic situation.
Okay.
The most especially with an entrepreneur's life, there will be days that he will be an absolute, everything is just going wrong with him. It's nothing is right. He's
Yes.
frustrated. People are not working. Customers are there is no funds. He has to pay salaries, or maybe he has to have investments. He does not. There is something that there is an absolute chaos in this life, and he seems to. If you can able to keep calm and keep working consistently during that period, that is one skill you require to keep calm. Okay. And if you ask me how do I learn that skill, I meditate. So
Okay.
that has helped me keep calm into most chaotic situations for myself. And third is communication, because at the end of the day, it's all about communication. It's no matter how good your idea is, how good you have done, if you cannot communicate to the world. Because imagine the world is now a very small platform. The reaching global. People are not even thinking regionally now. Everybody is thinking globally, right? It's a communication. It's communication skill. So I think these three skills are very important. If you can able to develop these three skills, okay, rest everything is there.
Can be taken care of.
Can be taken care of.
Excellent. What sector you are optimistic about for the next decade?
Oh, I am optimistic about a few sectors, especially for the India. I'm more optimistic about infrastructure,
Okay.
sports,
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure, sports, and sustainability, green technology,
Okay.
and those are the few sectors I'm very very bullish about. That those sectors will really because the way the India has envisioned the 2047 that as a developed country, infrastructure is inevitable. We need an infrastructure, right? And with the growing infrastructure, if we grow inorganic way, it's not sustainable. And so you have to align sustainability with the growth that we are looking for. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult, right? And one of the sports sector, because of the youth, is now the way the sports has been promoted
Yes.
and inclined. I think there is a huge growth in that sector, and it's still and not very much explored sector.
Yes.
There are a lot of other sectors like finance and everything, but I think if I have to choose few sectors, I would choose in these
The
sectors.
way youth we see today have moved to, health, fitness, sports. Recently, I read that the highest number of pickleball arenas in Asia is in Ahmedabad,
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely,
and that's a new way of
Absolutely.
socializing.
absolutely.
Yes. So people are really moving towards sports now.
Yeah.
People have become more aware about it.
Yeah. Just think about this. With the very simple question: if what our Prime Minister Modi ji has envisioned 2047 as a developed country, okay, in order to happen, in order to make that reality, what is the first thing you require? Infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
And everything which comes along with an infrastructure is a growing sector for us.
Yes, of course. Superb, Rohan. We would do a quick fire round
Okay.
now, and you have to be really
I don't think I'm very good at it, but I'll definitely try.
one innovative product or service you wish you had invented.
I'm a big Apple fan, so if I
Okay.
would have been a part the Apple ecosystem, I think
Excellent.
that's something I'm very fascinated about.
The most innovative Indian startup you feel is right now.
The most innovative Indian startup. In fact, I was working with a couple of fintech startups, in a gift city,
Mhm.
who are really working in alternative investment funds. I think those are very innovative startups I've been working on, and I'm fortunate with those startups that how they are, and I'm really looking forward that how they will shape up in the future.
Oh, wow. A life lesson that you have learned from a challenge or a failure in your life.
Oh, many life lessons, but one I've just told you, that keeping calm in the most chaotic
Okay,
situations. It's that's the life lesson, because if you are into journey of entrepreneurship, you will see a lot of those phases in your life, and so keep calm and
Keep going.
keep going.
A startup or a brand that's really doing well design wise.
Apple, no, there is
Everyone
no
knows for it.
question. Apple computers. I am big fan of Apple. I love every product of this. The way their thought process is. I've been involved in the first iPhone design also
Okay.
in 2008. So it's a I think the mindset and the way these guys work is phenomenal. So
Okay.
yeah.
And
And recently of course the OpenAI, the products, AI products do fantastic.
and any startup if you could name in India.
Name in India recently I cannot think of anything top of my head. The true innovative startups. There are a couple of startups, I forgot the name. There are a couple of startups in the space technology that I
Okay.
come across in Bangalore.
Okay.
Bangalore based. I forgot
Okay.
the name, but they are doing very good into space tech.
Okay. Okay.
They are into phenomenal innovations. They are doing it.
Excellent. Last question. We would like to have your advice for the students, or we would say prospective students who are looking for EDII as their future career path.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead with it. There is no doubt about it because it's not just the entrepreneurial course, right? It's not just 2 years of entrepreneur. It's the transformative journey.
Okay.
Okay, I won't say that to become an entrepreneur, you require an education. You can become an entrepreneur without an education, but the ecosystem it gives you, it just makes you a good leader. It just gives you a good platform. It make your journey a little faster because otherwise you will spend few years, few months exploring on your own. This just gives you a good ecosystem.
Okay.
And from the student perspective, beautiful campus, and lovely 2 years to experience as a student, so
Amazing events, superb network of
good
alumni.
people to
Yes.
connect with. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful experience to get into. In fact, I'm still a student at multiple universities. I have last year I went to Harvard just to get an on campus experience, right?
Wow.
So know what I want to study. I'm still exploring another courses at the top university. So I also go to the multiple universities. It's just the it's just the vibes that you need it to and EDI is, and as a faculty of EDI, it is one of my best days in the week that I'm going to EDI and teaching students because
True.
it's a beautiful place.
Thank you, Rohan. Thanks for your time. It was amazing. Learned a lot of life lessons in the conversation too. I'm sure the audience would have loved to, and looking forward to meet you again.
No, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. It was lovely talking to you, and I never knew that it was so amazing talk.
Yes.
So thank you very much for making it a beautiful morning for me. So thank you very much.
Pleasure is all ours. Thank you.
Thank you.